Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, hero of Psych Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Dreux Scout. In the west it is Farlion and Zodiak fighting here for the Wehrmacht, the German army, Deutschland. Here with the 111th Panzer Brigade. In the east it is SteelShadow and GohanFans fighting here for the British Army, the Commonwealth. The Guards armoured here with Lend Lease Assault, featuring mortar teams, assault sections, M10 Achilles self-propelled anti-tank guns, Empire half-tracks, strafing support, and we got here tactical support, Lend Lease Assault as well, and Vanguard. German side, we got Festung Support with command tanks, mortar half-tracks, fort resupply stations, relief infantry, and the sector artillery. Zodiac with Lightning War, Storm, and Spearhead. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them and their valuable support, the Propagandacast would not be possible, so big thanks to all of those. Other people can join the ranks by pledge on Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. And if you're considering pre-ordering Communist Fee, you can do so by the link in the comments. Use the code STUFG. It's a win-win, as you both get to support me, as I get a cut of the sale, and you get the game. Now, let's comment, like, share, subscribe. So in the southeast section, force there for SteelShadow, MU42 ready to meet the English here. In the south, Farlion is ready to meet SteelShadow's men. In the south, rifling them swiftly. One assault section out, and yeah, we're seeing the assault section in the universal carrier trick there. We basically form up a very early mechanized unit there. Can be effective in certain matchups there. Up north here we got Gohan there, slowly moving ahead. We got tactical support with raid sections, designated command vehicles, air resupply operations, fort observation posts, and crocodiles. We got another raid section out here for SteelShadow. Zodiac here just with a bunch of grenadiers, no machine guns as of yet, as he looks to tangle with English in his own way. In the south here, though, Farlion's already being slowed down here, as SteelShadow, of course, is looking to threaten here with the mechanized assault section. MU42 catching the mechanized assault section. That said, there's also the other side, which in theory he could try and rush it, but as said, Farlion he's making use of the train to actually hide the grenadiers sort of behind here, the fence. That way, if he tries to move up for, he won't probably see it in time there. So if he does try to rush in, and I can't rush in, he's seen it anyways. In the centre there, we got section of the grenadiers here up north. Gohan here, fans, slightly being slowed down here by Zodiac and the German army. In the centre section, because the grenadiers are pushing them back. Further south here, we can see here, SteelShadow's being steadily pushed back there by Farlion, who is having none of this English nonsense. And we got GohanFans there with a sniper to try and bleed out the Germans. Assault section going further southwards here. Got a bit too close. There we go. Intensifies here by Farlion's Grenadier. Very good Faust there. It's like, yeah, he's planning to flank around here, but that said, the situation is getting slightly awkward for him, so he has to dispatch some force here to ensure he doesn't lose the universal carrier. Looks like he falls short of it, and there goes the universal carrier. Oh, it's only abandoned. The insult and injury there. And now he's forced to retreat. It does look like Farlion can at least avoid maybe some wipes. Oh dear, he might even lose the Grenadier squad here. Adding insult to injury, rubbing salt in the wounds, and then pouring tea into said wound. Up north here, Grenadiers going for the carve point, but looking definitely rough there for Farlion. Didn't get the universal carrier, and lost the Grenadier squad. Woof. Grenadiers was the section they bled out now. The British of moving forward here under GohanFans' command. Leaning out here, Zodiac's Grenadiers. Further cash being piled on the German player here. In the south, SteelShadow rapidly expands, though he of course, needs to get some sappers out to fix up the universal carrier. In fact, he goes for the assault officer first, keeping up the assault here versus Farlion, who I imagine is already taking up here. Yep. And I imagine the same there for Zodiac. So how will Farlion respond to these losses, these casualties? Up north here, there we go. SteelShadow's almost able to get some wipes here on Zodiac. Almost, but not quite there. Close call there, would have certainly only further compounded the unfortunate development in the south. But fortunately for them, SteelShadow was not able to secure a wipe there on Zodiac as well. Interesting enough, we are seeing tactical support, but no raid sections here from GohanFans. That is a interesting development. Most players nowadays go for the commander simply because of the raid sections. Armored car there for Farlion. Zodiac still not much there. Bunker up. Guessing light machine guns galore there. Yes, indeed. No commander yet either. Senators for the British. South here we got founding force. There goes assault section on the flank here, but being met with grenadiers and light machine guns. He's going to have to retreat here, and even then, there's a good chance here that SteelShadow suffers a wipe here from Farlion. He's got a lot of machine guns, but no! Oh, he does get the wipe. That's at least a relief there for SteelShadow. Still hasn't bothered with the Universal Carrier. Still hasn't sent some Seppers out there to fix it up in the first place. Even getting them. Almost got the machine gun there with the officer. Close call here. And does wipe it. It's now following up here for GohanFans though. Cruise the machine gun there. Officer now calling in artillery. Absolute brutality. Now Zodiak exploring here. The thing to trunch around here. And flank around into SteelShadow and GohanFans flank here. Going for another assault section, still no sappers there. Armoured car running forward to Farlion. And the 100th Panzer Brigade. More gun leads as well on to replace the losses there. Up north here though, push back as well there. As Zodiak forms up a pretty harsh defense there of the northern fuel point. And he's being sailed here with the assault sections. No upgrades there yet for them. Armoured car hasn't spotted the Universal Carrier there. I'm not entirely sure Farlion is aware he failed to destroy. It's actually abandoned. I'm not even sure SteelShadow at this point is aware it only got abandoned, honestly. There you go. Got ACs on the way there for GohanFans. There you go. Knocked out the Universal Carrier. A small win there for Farlion. Sniper there with 7 kills for the British Empire. AC Mark III out there. A heavy armoured car that actually used parts of British infantry tanks. I believe it was the Matilda tank that components were used from there. Wouldn't be the first armoured car either where the British would sneak in components from tanks. In fact, with the Staghound car, later models would actually straight up just use the turret and gun of the Crusader tanks. Fun fact. Armour coming forward here though, going straight in for the Germans by the road. Farther up north here, GohanFans, they're still being held up here by Zodiak. Zodiak, by the way, the only player still without a command here. Rifle grenades being unleashed here on GohanFans sections, almost wiping out here. SteelShadow with his own armoured car as well there. So that's going to be a lot of armoured cars that could put a lot of pressure on the Germans and south. The assault section, Thompsons, in-game, they are treated as better assault rifles for some reason. Got the jump there on Farlion's Pioneers, almost wiping them out, but there you go. Armoured car rushing in for Farlion to put a stop to this development. Going back the car front, really strong push here by the Germans, really put the British on the bend there. Second armoured car running up this time for Zodiac, but that's set. We have the second AC Mark III out. That's going to be 2 AC Mark IIIs. That's also going to be a significant amount of motorization there. There we go. Another wipe on SteelShadow here from the Germans. Great work here, and definitely painful there for good old Blighty. But there you go, armoured car arrives, and definitely now puts Zodiac's 2-2 into a really, really, really bad spot. And there you go. Pops it like a overly ripe pimple. Only gets abandoned, but I doubt that's going to matter much. Other armoured car may escape here, but I think GohanFans is having none of that. He wants both 2-2s to be kaputs. There you go, other armoured car knocked out there in the periphery. There we go, both armoured cars gone. That definitely does slim a bit. The German mobility gives the Allies a bit more room to push back. And we can see SteelShadow's just like swinging hard here. Like he's basically just betting just find a gap and just do as much damage as possible. Can probably turn things around there, which honestly makes sense. I would also not be surprised at this point to see maybe like a M4 there being unleashed against the Germans as well there, because they are really good light vehicles. It's now at 10 kills. That said, I do think some Vickers machine guns and from SteelShadow mortar would also be some excellent addition here versus the Germans. North here, almost got the sniper there with the gun to the ambush, but didn't quite fall through there for go through for Zodiac. Up north they're pushing up there again, cutting off, harassing. Thumbs up there. Oh, wait. The activity connected somehow? Yeah, apparently. There's this point as well, which through a much more circuitous route has things connected, interestingly enough. Anyways, Glenis was the Sappers there, push them back. Sectioning about here. Ran back the southern fuel point. Bit of retreating south here from Farlion. Section of the gun DC. Other sectioning force there for GohanFans. There goes SteelShadow. Does commit to a half-track here. For now, possibly just to mechanize his troops, but I'm not surprised to get the Quark Mount anti-aircraft upgrade there to really put pressure on the Germans. North here heading back there. Swiftly moving in using the pack to grab points here. Still, this does force Zodiac to commit forces to, like, you know, grabbing points behind the front line here, allowing the Allies to apply more pressure to the front line. So, definitely, again, not half bad there by SteelShadow. In the south here, pack forward ready for fun to open up in the AEC. And we got Zodiac here with Storm calling in the Jaeger command squad and pushing them up to 5 infantry squads. Also opens up for ambush training, smoke bombs, the light of Hurtle Bits seen, and the Stuka bombing strike. Definitely some wild action here. Up north section pushing forward to the GohanFans straight from northern victory point. Back here, Pack 40 at the ready to meet any British armoured cars. Tech down there for Farlion already. Zodiac's not quite there yet. We got the Jaeger Command Squad rushing out there. South section moving forward there. Armoured car being fixed up. And there you go. Full-on mechanized assault ready here for SteelShadow. Assault section plus officer. That is a lot of firepower that can be delivered into a very uncomfortable place if done correctly. Trick, of course, is finding the right angle for doing so, but if he can find it, that could really give Farlion a really bad time. So now moving up in the centre, we get a pressure as well from Zodiak as he hits back up against GohanFans' northern front, which is certainly looking a bit more exposed. As he again looking to swap. There you go. Striking with a half-tech here. Swooping right for the pack of the machine guns flank here. And yeah, that could get really ugly here for Farlion, to put it gently. We do get a Pantherfaust here. Interesting enough, he didn't pop a unit behind the machine gun here to just clear it out. There you go. Officer moving in there. Could clear out the pack here and the machine gun with a grenade here. Oh dear, didn't pop the grenade in time. Instead, he popped artillery here. I guess that works too. And then has to pop into the half-track. Pantherfaust in the half-track here. Machine's about to get wiped out. Artillery raining down here. Still getting a bit ugly for Farlion, but could have gone a lot worse. Rifle grenade there. Popping out nearly in time. The machine gun doesn't get wiped. Command tank from Farlion here. Really uncomfortable fight here. Really bloody. And I think the officer got wiped too, though. That's a small win there for Farlion. But still, the pack. Whoa, and a grenadier wipe. Good God, Farlion's really got some rubbish luck there. He lost the pack and a grenadier squad here. Got an assault officer in return, though. More assault section out of SteelShadow. Guess he lost no one of those. Zodiac and the cup on there. Up north, there we got GohanFans pushing back against Zodiac there a bit. Grab the pack 40. That's going to hurt there for Farlion. Means he's got no real way of dealing with the half-track or the armoured car, leaving him once more the weaker element and forcing Zodiac to have to do a fair amount of carrying. He's also going for a lot of ambush camouflage. Thumbs up. Certainly a nice way of trying to deal with a sniper as well. If the sniper can't see your grenadiers, he can't snipe them.
Vehicle ready to go.
So the half-track has definitely done some work here for SteelShadow. In the south here, we got the Panther moving forward to the command tank. Befehls Panzerkampfwagen 4. Unloading high explosive shells into the section and pushing back SteelShadow's forces. Machine gun grenadiers in the move as well there. Up north here, we got Farlion to protect there for Zodiac and the 111th Panzer Brigade. Up north section of the grenadiers here. Snow moving in as well. Armoured cars lining up. Half-track there. Could soonish upgrade. And there you go, command tank rushing in. Farlion is filled with fury, it would appear. And there goes straight into the 6-pounder guns. Line of fire, armoured car shoots. Both miss. Fairly fortunate there for Farlion. Still suffered a bit of damage there from a near miss. After there, getting the upgrade there. Sniper there with 17 kills, getting very close to T2. And smoke bombs being released by Zodiac here. Guessing around here, maybe? Yup. Preventing the sniper from shooting easily without having to pop into the Germans' line of fire. Pretty sneaky so there by Zodiac. Thumbs up. Good Lord, they're using smoke against us. That's not according to the handbook, is it? Sniper there gets wiped. Great work there by Farlion. Put that fellow out of business, but now SteelShadow is about to once more perhaps deliver a great amount of pain here to poor Farlion as he flanks the MD-42 there and rips into it. But there you go, half-track suffers intense damage to the command tank and the nearby pack. Vetty to the chief of the half-track, pack 40 positioning. Right into two grenadier squads here, and looks like, yeah, Farlion with assistance from Zodiac will possibly wipe out here SteelShadow's pack, but no, he gets it out of there. Grenadiers are pushing ahead, he's straight into the assault sections. They've yet to be upgraded. Command tank rushing forwards, pack wiped out. Their armored car will have to deal with it. And there we go, assault sections about to get wiped out here by Farlion. His command tank, his machine guns, grenadiers, there we go, wiping another of SteelShadow's men. Armored car pulling a bit back here. Pioneer rushing for the pack 40. Farlion desperate to reclaim it for Deutschland. And I think at this point, it's basically just wasted the Pioneers, if I have to be honest here. Oh dear, both armored cars here could swarm the armored command tank and take it out here. Pack wiped out again. Machining forwards. Pack from Zodiak plus another for Farlion on the job. Armored car knocked out here. Small win there for Deutschland. 6-pounder gun moving up here. Pack recruit as well. Section about to get wiped out again. The fighting is certainly something else. Sapling to the Grenadiers line of fire here. Smoke being deployed. Pack repositioning further southwards here. Far south. Command tank here. Got ambushed. The gun is still operational, but the engine is about to give up alongside the rest of the bloody tank. And there you go. Farlion loses his command tank. Far up north here, though. GohanFans there. Floating a lot of manpower, realize. So SteelShadow. I mean, he definitely needs to bring in more infantry. And maybe want to consider mortar. We get the fort observation post from him. Ha! Alright. Can't say I saw that one coming. He's got tech here. And we get a strafing run air support here. Is definitely nasty. Pretty much clearing the Germans out of the center. That said, the Germans have both fuel points. This is certainly a significant advantage for the Germans. Definitely a massive issue for the Allies and something they need to rectify soon before they get crushed by the armored jackboot of the Third Reich. Meanwhile, Zodiak here pushing straight for the Panzer Corps, which arguably gives the Allies a bit more time, but even then not by a lot, since Zodiak has been able to build up a lot of resources thanks to this resource lead they have over the Allies. More sappers for SteelShadow. Half-track being repaired up. Farlion, meanwhile, they're definitely holding on, but fairly narrowly here against the British. But Zodiak, I think, has been so far excelling quite well. Farlion has rather had a lot of rotten luck. And SteelShadow, in actually a bit surprising move here, though in some regards perhaps not too surprising, commits to a second anti-aircraft tactic. You rarely see players commit to that one. In fact, can't remember when I last saw someone do that. But in theory, I mean, it does present a lot of anti-infantry firepower. They can really maul stuff. And of course, completely shuts down any German air support. I would not be surprised if this means SteelShadow is probably going to rely on M10s to hold out. Against Armored Command Tank number 2 there for Farlion. Zodiak with a Sturmpanzer 4. Section there flanking his air command squad. And there you go in the southeast, SteelShadow launches the assault here, right into the pack. Shot gets through there. Panther off as well here. Second half trick attacks here. And I'll bet you Farlion was not expecting this because you just don't see double anti-aircraft. So there you go. That is Farlion's second pack wiped. His Grenadiers are being met with 2 anti-aircraft attacks. And the results are horrifying as they're getting turned into minced meat in a matter of seconds. That was just a brutal push here. It means now SteelShadow has 2 packs and Farlion has 0. That was a pretty brutal half-track assault there by SteelShadow, which you definitely don't see very often in that style. Panther 4 commanding force into line of fire, the Pack 40, of course. Oh, took a bit to reset there again. But there you go. Farlion swiftly reacts to the developing situation, deploys a smoke grenade, and then pops up the command tank before it becomes target practice for the British anti-tank gunners. Up north, Pioneer Grenadiers are advancing here. Grenadiers are hiding out, using ambush camouflage. Again, giving them an ambush bonus, and also make it hard for, say, any British snipers to pick them off ahead of time. Thumbs up there to Zodiak. Very nice ability there. So we got the Sturmpanzer suffers here. Zodiak aware that he needs to strengthen the Farlion's lines, as Farlion's had some, well, not great developments. Another bit of air support here from GohanFans. Clearly a big fan there of the RAF. Farlion's machine team slightly further south of Victory Point. They're getting hit there by a Typhoon. Is it a Typhoon? Yeah, 2 Hawker Typhoons, anyways. Gunny's falling a bit back. We've got a fuel cache up there for Zodiak. Thumbs up to that. Helps him and helps Farlion. Armored car for Zodiak. Here's an interesting choice, but clearly meant to use as a spotter. Fine. Also going for the heavy Panzer Corps here. British players would appear to have stabilized, but they're certainly... They got a bit of victory point discrepancy between the two, and they will need to work a bit to clear that out. North here, Gunners for the section C. Sappers moving forward C. We got the Gunners squad there ambushing them though. Quickly dropping lures like a sack of potatoes from London Tower. Anyways, Gunners being hammered here. Sturmpanzer heading northwards. Command tank also rushing far. Of course knows that if Zodiak falls to the north, he's going to have an even worse time in the center and the south. So Farlion, I think, is repositioning, and for now, I think, won't be attacking into SteelShadow too much, which I think is a fairly sensible move. He's going for more packs, and probably fervently praying he doesn't lose another one to SteelShadow, who's now going for the M10s. Another bit of smoke deployed there. Thumbs up to Farlion again. Very sharp response there. Obviously doesn't destroy the half-tech, but pretty much means he just can't easily shoot at the grenadiers, which is certainly a viable assault as well. Substanching here, and there go half-tacks and packs. Looks like SteelShadow's about to attack into Farlion's exposed underbelly. Rushing with the half-tacks here, causing Farlion possibly a nasty case of heartburn here. Smoke being deployed, I think, by Zodiak, possibly even to aid him, or no, possibly deal up north here to mess with GohanFans and a tank gun line. In the south of the finding is a brutal aircraft shot out by the half-track here. Inflicting another blow here to the Luftwaffe. I mean, with two anti-aircraft half-tracks, like, no German aircraft is going to have any luck in this area. More smoke here being employed by the command, but this time looks a bit more like a whiff there by Farlion. Perhaps a misclick. Perhaps some bad pathing, I don't know. Whatever you might call that. There you go, pack wiped out again, and I think SteelShadow is going to make an attempt to steal a third pack. Yes, he's going to try and steal another pack from Farlion. Good golly. They're going to be cross with him at the high command if he loses another pack to the British. You handed our how many packs to the English? 3. Herr Feldmarschall. 3? You Dummkopf. Even the Italians could do it better than you. They needed help from Rommel. Anyways, anti-tanks falling back in the center here. Pack recruit here finally narrowly avoided getting a dressing down there from von Rundstedt on that account. But there you go. Got Zodiak now assisting Farlion here in the south as he suffers more from British mechanized violence. North side is seeing very little action in comparison. But there you go, Zodiak runs some issues as he has to devote more attention to assist Farlion. GohanFans is sneaking more wins, and there you go, Cromwell tank out for GohanFans and the British Empire. Got a Panther on the way here for Zodiak. As for Farlion, well, I'm guessing he's also going for a Panther. Farlion is a big fan of Panthers. And Panzer IIIs, but they're not in companies too. They are in companies 3 though. The south here, M10 good to go here for SteelShadow once more, and we got another M10 tank story for SteelShadow. Panther halfway done here for Zodiac. And Farlion's got his own Panther on the way here.
A capture point is being overrun.
Second M10 ready. Straight assault into the Grenadiers here. Half-tech firing away there. I said hard to blame Farlion considering he's being hit with some fairly unorthodox tactics with the double M16 half-tacks there. But also just that mechanized assault, that's like really rare to see from a British player. Definitely don't blame him for not expecting that one. We also now got strafing support ready here for SteelShadow, so on top of GohanFans, fairly constant strafing run air support. There's also no possibility here that SteelShadow will unleash another round of it on the Germans as well. So there you go. First Panther has arrived here for Zodiac, and the second one arrives here for Farlion. Total of 2 Panthers here for the German army. Sending C-Civ as a section. You got 176 to 309. Germans definitely starting to see the victory point, well, dry up. Although victory point dry up. There we go. Command tank engaging here a bit. Further south here, half-track giving Farlion's Pioneers a bit of a hard time. And far up north here looks like Zodiac is playing something with his Panther. South does appear to where the main blow is about to happen. As Farlion pushes ahead here for Deutschland, his command Panther leading, or his Panther leading the way. But there you go, 2 M10s engaging, half-track knocked out. And now he's calling in the air support to try and take out the Panther. Second command tank knocked out for Farlion. Good lord. The Panther backing off the SDM-10s and the Typhoons. They just unleash all the payload at it. Sturmpanzer, armored cavalry rushing in. Zodiac desperately trying to show up Farlion's faltering flank. Packs being rushed in as well here. It's a complete disaster. If Farlion uses that Panther, that could be the end of the entire southern front here for Deutschland and the 111th Panzer Brigade. But no. Coming in here's M10s. Zodiac is able to slap down SteelShadow, but now we got here GohanFans rushing his Cromwell there, but that is also being pushed back here. 6-pounder guns trying to support, but not quite enough. And crucially, GohanFans is still full of a lot of manpower, and they're still not bringing up more infantry. Definite flaw there. Could bring in rate sections, an assault officer, more regular sections, but he definitely needs to bring in something there to support his assault here. So that's a small win there, I suppose, for the Germans that GohanFans slipped up there. Air support in the south here, definitely giving still though Farlion and Zodiac a hard time. We got Stuka bombing strikes at least, and there we go. Second anti-aircraft tough tech left asunder. Oh, he actually got 3 packs from Farlion. Oh no. And they're gonna get really cross with him. I mean, he did recover 1. I suppose he might be able to cover it up there, but you know, that's a bit awkward. Back here, reinforcing healing. Pack destroyed there by SteelShadow. Now the command tank for Farlion. Panther there receiving repairs. Of course, at this point, he may want to consider using his commander there to lay down some repair bunkers. That is the element there of Festung Support, and one reason I believe Farlion does like this commander is because of the repair bunkers and the fact that just provide him with easy ways of repairing his stuff without having to like micromanage it intensely. North here heading for Northern Victory Point here. We got 176 to 256. Gonna need tank to the light machine guns here. Zodiac's Panther, of course, also need repairs here. Again, a repair bank, of course, would also assist Zodiac by extension, since he could, of course, also utilize it. Farlion's gun is moving out in the center here. 5th Grenadier, or Panzer Grenadier Company, straight into the 10 tank gun here. Sections attacking here for the British Empire against Farlion's Grenadiers here in the center. 6-pounder gun crew there exterminated, slaughtered, as Farlion at this point is clearly showing no mercy to the English, though I don't think he would really, realistically speaking. But there you go, more support here. I'm honestly a bit surprised we haven't seen like any attempt at an Osprey here from the Germans. Even the Osprey is obviously not even half as good as an anti-aircraft tactics unit aircraft. It's still better than nothing. And we also got SteelShadow in a surprising move going for Bofors anti-aircraft guns. I mean, obviously not bad, but I think against the increasing number of Panthers and such, it does appear a bit curious. Panther ripping in here to GohanFans Cromwell. And now Farlion is running off with his opponent's anti-tank guns. Apparently having had enough there that he can't keep his anti-tank guns, he just runs off with the English ones. Hey, that's ours! Not anymore, English, fine. Okay. Mission's catching trouble here. Second 6-pounder gun could also fall into the hands here of Farlion, I imagine. Or suppose Zodiac. This also now means the Fort headquarters there, Fort Artillery Observation Post, what you recall that, is now also exposed here to German fire and could get knocked out. Second Bofors for SteelShadow around the center. Oh dear. Got 173 to 245. Section moving forwards, engaging the building there, knocking it down. And yet, obviously, tall points were usually used as artillery observation posts, so it's also not uncommon that those things would get knocked down by the enemy in any fighting, because obviously they don't want anyone's like direct artillery at them easily. So, fun fact there. Bofors almost done there for SteelShadow. Second anti-aircraft gun ready here. Saps being murdered in the center. The Bofors was a Swedish anti-aircraft gun. And a fun fact, the Swedish did more than just make anti-aircraft guns. They even made tanks and anti-tank guns too as well. But you know, Bofors is the one that has like the most attention, but they actually made some tanks, and some of them actually saw service as well. Here's the rip apart with the Bofors and its 40mm cannon. South here, Farlion looks like they're lining up for an assault. We also got some sector artillery now, though. Will be a bit difficult to apply it against the English. British up north here, far flat there. We got a mortar after for Farlion. And definitely a nice addition here versus the Bullforce. Can use the incendiary artillery to burn them out. Farther up north, second grab northern victory point. Panther close to victory 1. And we do get a flak panzer here for Zodiac to help counter all of the British and aircraft support here. Air support. Aircraft support sounds a bit meh. Munitions cache here for SteelShadow to support himself and his teammate in this endeavor. Not a bad idea, obviously. 164 with 235. Far up north here, Panther engaging the Cromwell there. Good shot there from its high velocity 75mm cannon there. Section pushed back here by the Gunneys. And Firefly there. Getting smoked out so can't easily shoot. Osman out here for Zodiac. So find out what he's playing extra knows. They're going to Italy on the Bullforce. Panther Gunneys moving up here. Farlion looks like he's going to launch an assault here. Of course, needs to be wary of, well, what used to be his anti-tank guns. There you go, command tank Panther going for the Bullforce. Go, breach. Oh, braces worn off there, so they can use to destroy it. We got air support now unleashed here by SteelShadow against Farlion in the south. Zodiac's Flak Panther could, of course, be rushed in. He's going for a Panzer for now. There you go, Flak Panther moving in to help deal with all the Typhoons there and the RAF. Hey, the Germans are shooting at us. They can't do that, can they? No, technically they can. How rude.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
And there you go, smoke deployed, but did not get shot down by the Buffaloes, I guess.
Enemy action has destroyed our forward.
Gunneys advancing in the centre of the Pioneer spot there, go incendiary barrage following up after the smoke here.
Threatening a capture.
Cromwell flying away there, Firefly not upgraded here at all for GohanFans. I think you definitely want to do that, at least with the tank commander. Forward observation post still standing here for the British Empire. Gunneys right in the south here, though. Farlion advances here for Deutschland and the 111th Panzer Brigade. Bullforce, though, ripping through the command tank. Yak team manages to set up another one.
Emplacement under attack.
Well set up there by SteelShadow. Black Panther moving ahead here in the centre. Sappers routed up north. Not a lot of action. We can see the Zodiac is steadily advancing here against GohanFans lines, and he's now going for a mortar emplacement. Panther barrage being unleashed on the mortar emplacement alongside everything else there. Obviously, they want that thing gone. Unsurprising reasons.
Emplacement destroyed by the enemy.
But yeah, further about it, they actually had an anti-aircraft tank with the Bullforce 40mm anti-aircraft gun. Specifically the Hungarians had a version of it known as the Nimrod. I believe the Romanians, and I believe the Finnish also make use of that anti-aircraft tank as well, so little fun fact. Finish up against the center, we got a big push here by SteelShadow. Interesting enough, no Thompsons on any of the assaults. There you go. White Foster's going to instantly gun the DSC. Black Panther ripping into the assault section there. Got firing up with this mortar half-tank and his Panther. And someone lost another anti-tank gun. Looks like it was Zodiac. More fire there on the Bullforce, burning it up here. Sappers murdered. Trying to repair. Clearly, SteelShadow was not paying attention. Very fortunate there for Farlion. And the centre Cromwell air striking through into the heart of the Gunneys. There you go, air support again. No, it's actually the artillery cover ability. Oh my, that's also not part of that one. Stug on the way there for Zodiac. 2 thumbs up. I suppose Farlion might be planning another Panther, though he could also benefit from a Stug. Anti-tanks being wrecked here. Looks like SteelShadow is now kind of breaking apart here under more determined German assaults here. And Zodiac, meanwhile, is pushing against GohanFans up north right into the Firefly here. Further up north here, Cromwell holding back here. Stug almost done. Panther trying to blitz away, but he's in caught up terrain here. Bit of an awkward pathing error. And there you go. Is about to lose the Panther to artillery cover. The Firefly and the Sappers here. We do get some smoke called in, but it may not be enough here to bail out Zodiac's beleaguered Panther. Good kill there for the British. Farlion's Panther being repaired. We do have a repair bunker up. Thumbs up. More traffic with 5 kills, veterans. We won here. Sturmgeschütz 3 Aspen G out here for Zodiac. And far up north here, Cromwell pushing back the Grenadiers here, landing some nice kills. Another Cromwell out here for GohanFans. Assault section rushing forwards here, trying to clear out that anti-tank gun. But instead met with a torrent of fire here from Farlion and Deutschland. In the centre of their ground, the point here, we got 132 versus 183. Pretty close in terms of victory points. And there you go, instant artillery from Farlion on the fort observation post. He's had enough. Firefly rushing forward, see for GohanFans up north. He's charging in here against Zodiak, hoping to break in here with British armoured might, but he's still really short in infantry to support these kind of attacks here, and I think that's going to be like the thing that holds back here GohanFans in the end. In the south here, the Farlion has pushed through, he's having his vengeance, and he's calling in sector artillery at just the right spot. They're calling in so much artillery here on GohanFans that he's going to get completely ripped apart here. Crom's there, caught with damage engine, fireflies for the damage engine. Go. Pretty much all of GohanFans' armor is exploding, like everything he's got is practically exploding. There we go. They surrender as they get utterly annihilated. A brutal battle here on Dreux Scout here, with a lot of back and forth action, some rough developments, particularly for Farlion. Has some really rotten lockdown in the south, some aggressive and fairly unusual tactics here. That said, I feel like definitely some issues with the Allies at times, just for the resource, when they should have put more resources into, like, I think, troops, in particular in the case of GohanFans. Machine guns also early on, I think, were in a really good addition there. I think that was a mistake there that they committed. And some other issues, I think, a lot of the gems turn the game around and steadily overcome them. So, there you go, though. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Consider donating or supporting the Propagandacast if you like what I do and wish to see, keep going. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.